Welcome to North Press News Harvest. This week in the headlines, ISIS sleeper cells attack security forces in Raqqa. The Syrian and Turkish defense and intelligence ministers meet in Moscow, and the SDF launches an anti-terror security operation in the Jazeera region. On December 26th, ISIS sleeper cells carried out an attack on the headquarters of the Internal Security Forces, or Asayish, in Raqqa City. 2 suicide bombers targeted the headquarters, after which multiple armed militants in a taxi continued the attack. 6 members of the Asayish and Syrian Democratic Forces were killed and multiple others were wounded. Wounded ISIS members fled into civilian homes, resulting in a full security lockdown and sweep across the city. After 4 days, Asayish announced full control over the situation. On December 29th, the SDF launched Operation Jazeera Thunderbolt in the region between the towns of Tel Hamis and Al Hol to pursue ISIS sleeper cells. The next day, the SDF announced that they had arrested 52 terrorists and facilitators in the Hasakeh and Qamishli countryside. The SDF statement stressed that ISIS activity had increased in tandem with the recent wave of Turkish attacks in northeast Syria. United States Central Command CENTCOM announced the outcome of its anti-ISIS operations in cooperation with the Syrian Democratic Forces in 2022. It stated that 108 joint operations and 14 unilateral ones were carried out against the terror group, resulting in the arrest of 215 operatives and the killing of 466 others. On December 28th, the Russian Defense Ministry announced that Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar and head of Turkish intelligence Hakan Fidan had met with Syrian Defense Minister Ali Mahmoud Abbas and intelligence chief Ali Mamluk in Moscow, along with Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. The statement added that the Syrian civil war, the topic of Syrian refugees, and the fight against terror groups in Syria were all discussed in the meeting. The specific details of the meeting and agreements reached during the talks are still unknown. Families of U.S. soldiers and sailors killed during fighting against the Islamic State in Syria and Iraq have now filed lawsuit against the French cement company Lafarge after it was found guilty of facilitating terrorism. The lawsuit was filed by the families of 2 Navy officers and a Marine who were killed by ISIS in Iraq and Syria between 2015 and 2017. The cement company was previously convicted on charges of funding terrorism after it was found that they had paid millions of dollars to ISIS in order to continue the work of their cement plant near Syria's Kobani. On Friday, in the wake of Syrian-Turkish rapprochement, protests erupted in Idlib. Dozens took part in protests in Idlib's Al-Mashtal Square, holding banners which read, "We will not reconcile. Reconciliation is a betrayal of the blood of the martyrs and the revolution. Turkey has backstabbed the revolution and the people." Protesters called for solidarity with protests in Daraa, which this week has been witnessing its own protests against the government, calling for the release of detainees. More than 10 individuals have been killed in the Daraa region this week as the security situation there continues to decline. The value of Syrian currency continues to deteriorate rapidly, with the value of $1 surpassing 7,000 Syrian pounds. Thanks for watching North Press News Harvest. For more daily and weekly updates, visit our website and subscribe to our social media channels.